Segura.
Oh, snap. Let's get this game going. So, for no reason at all, I
Very nice of you. Thank
am
you.
building up
I
my
hope I live
Aquilo.
up to your expectations. I
Cornholio.
realized today
That looks like
that
cornholio.
I need a hobby.
Okay. Let's get this
Because
going.
my workday
So,
just started
fluorine, or this is fucatine,
right now.
comes in here. So, we got to pull that one in here.
And here's the thing, it's not even that big a part of the
Brine.
day.
Brine would actually do better over here.
So even if it doesn't go well, it's like, you know,
As long as it's up high
still a
enough.
pretty good fucking day.
So
Like,
if I did brine right there, that'd be pretty bitchin'.
it wasn't a bad day. It just, that part at work that for an hour just didn't go to my liking, and then I
And then,
had a great day otherwise.
so you bring the other train in here for
Because my whole life is basically,
Yeah, we could do that.
it's hotels.
this. You got two
Being in
pads,
hotels,
brah,
just waiting for the show.
brah, brah. Then we can just pull this guy over
Sad,
here.
right? I'm just waiting for the show to start, and you're like, what am I gonna do? I mean, you can only jerk
Okay.
off so many times.
So
Before you're like,
this
alright.
is really what I'm thinking.
I'm
So
gonna do
this
it again, but
right here,
right now it hurts.
yeah, my crude oil is kind of
Find something
overlapping,
else to do.
but that's okay. I can do crude
absolutely
oil
ruin
receiving and
hotel
then
rooms. Like,
let us grow up.
if you
'cause
stay
this
in
would
a
be very
hotel
easy to grow up.
room after I stayed there, shit.
Okay, so there and
is
there.
gonna
All right, cool.
itch
Let's
on
do
you,
it.
Okay.
Let's do it. So in
hang
order
on.
to make this all work, I'm doing this stupid stuff.
Come on, hotels are great. Everybody loves.
Everyone knows
hotels,
it makes
especially
sense. Can
when
you have
check
molten
in
iron
with
on
your
a frozen
significant
planet?
other.
I don't know.
Why? Because in a hotel, you're gonna have sex.
But I
you're gonna have an elevated
just recently
form of sex.
converted
You're
my
gonna
planet
have
over to just
hotel
using
room
these. I
sex,
hated
which
them
is,
at first.
Let's have sex.
And then I realized-
But let's also disrespect this room. Yeah. I do
you know
that
what?
too,
Instead of
except I'm
talking,
alone.
I'm not gonna talk. I'm not gonna talk. I'm gonna listen to this.
Like, I always wipe my balls on the curtains because I know they don't change those. Think about that the next time you want some sunlight. Or don't, just know that it's on your hand. You know what I mean? Here's what I've been trying to figure out. I got into online shopping recently. I guess that's a thing. Here's what I've been doing, though. I shop for things that are, like, way out of my price range. And then after a while, I go, oh, yeah, I can't afford that. Like, today I was looking at yachts online. And then I was telling myself I didn't want them as if they were an option, you know? I was like, 155 feet, that's not even big enough for my friends and family. I'm not getting that shit. What am I doing? You ever do that? You ever go down like a rabbit hole online and then like 6 hours have gone by and you're like, I'm shopping for the private jet that best suits my needs. I think I found this is it right here, the G550. How much is this? Place order $53 million. Maybe not now, but maybe later. I'll just bookmark that shit for now.
Okay, so literally, this
You know what
does
that
not
is?
need to be there
That's
at
a
all, so you
sense
gotta
of
rip all
entitlement.
that out. Okay,
That's
so the
me
fucatane.
thinking I should be associated with this thing, and I haven't earned it.
So I haven't done this yet. Let's see what's up. It's gonna be interesting. Let's get
I
going.
get that feeling the most when I get upgraded to first class. Yeah, I fly every
I
week.
need steel boxes.
I never buy first class ticket. I buy coach tickets. I buy them so much, I get bumped up to first class. I'm telling you, the moment I get bumped up to first class, I get washed over with this feeling. I'm like, look at these fucking poor pieces of shit. Like, so much better than that. Don't stand next to me, dude.
Oh, dude.
I dare you to try to come up from coach and use the first class bathroom when I'm there. I'll put my hand on your chest, okay? There's a pig trough in the back. That's for you guys. It's for the big ballers up front. Some people buy first class tickets. I always feel like they know you got upgraded. They always give you the look like, by the way, who fucking know?
We fucking-
You can sit up here, but you're not like us. people ask me like I get asked fucking travel advice from strangers. Can we just break down how crazy that is? Like people come up to me and they're like, "Hey, you travel a lot, right?" I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, that's too
Where
many.
should I go? I don't fucking know you, man. You ask travel advice to people who know you intimately. They know you well. They can guide you
Okay,
based
so
on what they know about you.
we
You don't ask
need.
strangers dining advice, right? Because you're like, hey, where should I eat tonight? I know I've never met you before in my life, but do you think you could give me a recommendation? Yeah, you should try this dim sum place. But then that person might go, oh, I hate the Asian world. And you're like, oh shit, I didn't know that about you. Yeah, I killed like 4 of them. What are you, like a serial killer or something? Yeah. Now you're in an awkward conversation with a serial killer. Here's all I'm saying. I can't tell you where to
That's
go.
funny.
I can tell you where not to go. Wherever they film the first 48. on
Okay,
A&E.
so this legitimately sucks up
Now, if
here.
you're not familiar with the show, here's what it is. Camera crews follow real homicide detectives for the first
But the name is
48
spaghetti.
hours
You
after
always
a
keep your
murder.
OG base. So
The reason that time distinction is so important is that after 48 hours, they give up on that murder.
I see what I have it there.
They're like, that's some old shit. What do you want to do today? You're like, how about you keep trying to solve that murder, man? That shit happened on Monday. It's Wednesday. We're not going to solve that shit. Like, there are so many amazing moments on that show. So many. A lot of the episodes take a similar path. I'm blown away, first of all, at how many times there's a witness to a murder. It's crazy. I always thought murders happened in dark alleys. Nobody saw shit. No. Every other episode, they're like, you see that shit? And I was like, I saw that shit, yeah. Where? Right fucking here. Really? I was standing here, and then he killed that dude. What'd he look like? He was like 5'2" to 6'8", something like that. And you're like, that's the fucking description you're gonna give us? Anything else about him? Yeah, he had ears too. Thanks, man. No problem. They still will sketch that shit out. And they show it to people. Do you know this guy? And everyone's like, nah. And then one guy will be like, yeah! That's Cricket right there! You're like, oh shit. You know him? I've been knowing Cricket 27 years! What's his real name? Man, that's just Cricket. I don't even know. Stop being white and weird. That's a perfect fucking impression, and you know exactly who that was, right? Yeah, it's a black guy, and he's wearing a wife beater, and he's got on a dirty hat, and he's got a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. And he looks like he's about 33, but you find out he's 76 years old. And he speaks super aggressively to the cops. I've been out here for a minute! They're like, all right, Jesus Christ. When was the last time you saw him? He came through with jellyfish last week. We were looking for some smoke. All right. They always cut to the white detective from that guy too. They cut from that guy to the guy who's like, I don't think he's gonna help us out. We're gonna have to find Cricket on our own. That show has the best moment in television. It's the most dramatic thing that you could ever see. It's real life, and that is the interrogation. The interrogation is amazing because here's the thing about drama. You want to have a great dramatic moment, raise the stakes. Guess what? There's no higher stakes than somebody being questioned about taking somebody else's life. It's inherently compelling television. It is also super serious. But the detectives insist on using the suspect's street name, so the whole thing turns into a fucking cartoon. Like, they're literally like, your life is on the line. We need to talk to you. Why don't you have a seat? Little stank, why don't you sit down for a second? Did you or did you not know Dookie shoes? I don't know no Dookie shoes. I got a picture of you hanging out with Dookie shoes. I mean, I seen them. I don't know. And then they'll throw one bit of evidence against the wall, hoping it'll solve the case. They'll be like, well, we were talking to, he said that you were at the 7-Eleven last week. And he'll be like, yeah, I shot him in the face. And you're like, God damn, really? That's all it took to break you?
Why?
Dude, lie. Lie for longer. You can kill somebody, you can't lie for 10 fucking minutes about it? Like, dudes will break on anything. They'll be like, we heard you had on a blue shirt last Friday. Yeah, I stabbed those 4 people. Dude, a lot of people have blue shirts, man. You can still get out of this. Here's what I've learned watching that show, okay? Lawyer up. You can't handle that shit. Everybody's like, I'm gonna talk to the cops and straighten this whole thing out. You're gonna do 25 to life. Have fun with that, man. Nobody asked for a lawyer. I've seen 300 people get interrogated on this show. 2 of them were like, can I talk to a lawyer? And both times the detectives were like, fuck! And then at the end of those episodes, it said on the screen, all charges against Tayshaun were dropped. Or Jim, pick a fucking name. Let's be honest, there's no Jims on the show. I've seen every episode, and none start with, hey Bryce, can we talk to you for a second, man? Where were you last Friday? I was over at Tanner's house. Then Skylar had a party, so we went over there. And then we picked up Connor and we had pancakes. Sorry, bro. Good detective, bro. I swear to God, there's no more liberating and fun thing to do in this world than scream in your best aggressive black guy voice. Holy shit. So much fun. I highly recommend you do it. Not if you're black. If you're black, you already do it. But if you're white, do it. Do it in public. Do it where there are black people. And here's a little secret. If you do it well, there's a possibility that a black guy will yell back in return. I do it all the time. I live in Los Angeles. Pick your spot. Crenshaw. There's never a shortage there. I do. I hang back and I go, hey, yeah! Sometimes a black guy will go, sup, D? I did it to Big Daddy Kane one time. I swear to God. I swear and to God. If you don't know who Big Daddy Kane is, you can go fuck yourself, okay? I was standing on Sunset Boulevard. A limousine pulled up. Like, for Sunset? Really? All right. A limo pulled up, like, 30 feet from me. I was just like, all right, see the door open. Who's getting out of this limo? Expecting, like, a bachelor party or some shit. Fucking Big Daddy Kane. Like, get the fuck out of here. And something just took over, you know? The spirit grabbed me. And I was like, sup, Kane? And his head whipped around. He was like, you know, like, what, me? Somebody over there did that shit. That wasn't me. If you ever see Big Daddy Kane, please do the same shit. Every week, it's another city for me. I get asked the same questions every week by people. Are people the same everywhere? No. Some places suck and they have shittier people. I just gave you a sociology degree. How about that? You like that? Here's one universal truth about people, though. This one is true. And that is that everybody just wants to connect. It doesn't matter where you go or what language you speak. People just want to connect. And you know when you have chemistry with somebody. You know if you're like, I want to hang out with this person, or I want to date this person, or I want to harness this person to the bottom of my big rig because I'm around for a while, and bury them 18 miles west of Lake Worth, and when I drive by, I'll get a boner. We all have these thoughts, right? Sometimes there's nothing there, and people try to force a connection. I think that's just rude. Checking in a hotel a few weeks ago, the guy comes from behind the counter. He goes, where are you from? I said, Los Angeles. He goes, yeah, I got family in Denver. And I was like, what a coincidence. And he goes, yeah, they got a furniture store. I was like, ah. sit on furniture. We're 2 for 2. I have shoes on. Do you have shoes on? Do you like to walk around? Let's fucking party. There's nothing there. Sometimes there's nothing there. And that's okay. You're not supposed to connect with everybody on the planet. That would be absurd. You should embrace that. I've been doing this. You should do this too. Next time you're at a bar, you're just out, walking around, and somebody goes, hey man, you just go, nope. All friended up. I feel like I just want to know what time it is. Be like, I only tell my friends what time it is. You'll feel like a dick, but then you get over it real quick. I feel like no matter where I go, 10 times a day, I find myself asking myself this question. I find myself going like, hey man, is anybody else seeing this shit right now? Have I stepped into a parallel fucking universe or something? Like, I went to buy a coffee just a few weeks ago from a coffee place, just so there's no confusion. I didn't go to a shoe store, I went to a coffee place, right? I go up to the lady behind the counter, I go, can I have a coffee? And she goes, well, we have a special promotion. And just today for $2, you can get this drink and it has it's vanilla and there's whipped cream and there's sprinkles on it. And I was like, that's cool. I don't want that. May I have a coffee? She goes, this is the last day of this special promotion. And I was like, oh, I think I understand the full scope of the promotion. May I have a coffee? She's like, you're a fucking loser. Here's the thing. This woman was enormous, okay? She looked like 4 people melted into one. So I was like, you know what? You're super fat. You know when shit tastes good. Hook that shit up. I want to try it, right? And she goes, it's $2. And I go, all right. And then I extended a 20. And I go, I'm sorry? And she goes, I don't have the change for that. And I was like, oh, so what do you want to do now? Are you saying I have too much money to shop here? And she goes, we just can't handle it. Handle it.
It's a 20.
Like, I didn't put the Hope Diamond on the counter and go, figure it out, stupid. Like, it's reasonable, right?
Can't.
And she was just all shoulders. Like, I go, nothing? You have no solution? She goes, you still want coffee? I'm like, yeah, that part's never changed. That's why I'm here. And I go, you can't resolve this at all. She goes, you could ask somebody else for change. And I go, another customer in line? Yeah. And I go, what about the box with buttons in front of it? So I turn around and I look at the people and I go, excuse me, do any of you guys have change? You fucking asshole, like, you're at the place to get change. You're right there. And then this one Arab guy, not saying that means anything, but he was.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Why leave it out of the store? He goes, I have
Dude, that is
everything.
so funny.
And I was like, oh. And then he opened his attaché, and he had every denomination of every currency. Like, where I could go, I want one of those, I want one of those, I want one of those. Yes. Now enjoy your pussy drink. Okay. All right. And I want you to know something. I drank that pussy drink, and that's the best shit I've ever had in my entire life.
So fuck you.
Pussy drinks forever. I'm not sure that's what they're called, so take your chances. But it would be cool if you went to a Starbucks tomorrow and you're like, can I get a pussy drink?
What the fuck are you
And they're like, I think I know what you want. Hold on a second. Can we just all agree on one thing? Can we just fucking get on board with the fact that it is time to see an end to the man who walks around in public with a cowboy hat on like he's not wearing a cowboy hat in public? I see these guys everywhere. Banks, grocery stores, airports. And now, not only do I see guys wearing cowboy hats, but they have adopted the cowboy persona, like where they think they're actual fucking like the.
Pardon me, ma'am.
Well, pardon me, ma'am. I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you
I'll
what.
tell you what. I'll tell you what. You look fucking ridiculous right now. Like you're a cowboy? Really? Cock-a-doodle-doo. Bang, 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 bang. Fuck out of here. Here's all I want from cowboys. Just be cowboy all the way, all right? Work with livestock. Like if somebody says, let's go get a beer, I want to hear you say, I got to shave some sheep. End your disputes with a pistol. If somebody cuts you off in line, be like, meet me at the saloon at noon. I'm a cowboy. And you better ride a horse everywhere. If you wear a cowboy hat, you shouldn't be allowed to sit in cars or look at planes. You should just be like, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. San Francisco sure is a pretty city. Yeah, I'll see you there in 6 months when you get there on your fucking horse. If you're a cowboy, then I am a knight. I'm a knight, and I'm gonna wear armor every day in case somebody wants to joust, and you leave me alone because I'm doing the queen's work. Okay, mummy? You know who likes to be cowboys more than anybody? You know who? 3-year-olds. Because they're not developed yet.
Oh.
And they go, mommy. And you go, yes, you're a cowboy, and your sister's a princess, and your father's fucking Batman. Because you live in La La Land, you don't know what's going on right now.
Oh, God.
Cowboy hats should come with class rings. So I feel like the same guy that buys one buys the other anyway, you know? Check it out. 87.
Oh, it's fucked.
Scored 14 touchdowns.
Oh, shit. I screwed up right from the
What
get-go.
are you doing now? I'm just thinking about killing myself. Oh, okay. Why don't you get a Corvette? Make it a whole kit. I just realized I do have a hobby. It's probably the saddest, most pathetic hobby there is, and that is just watching television shows.
Oh, you fuck.
What is lamer than like, what do you do for fun? What's your hobby? Oh, I watch TV. That's so indicative of our country. Like, some people are amazing with that. Like, oh, I build furniture. Job. No, I'm a urologist, but like on the side, like I'll be like, oh, I like to watch my shows. I don't like the way people knock TV.
Totally fucked that up.
It's
Come on, hurry
all
up,
the
guys.
same cliche shit they said when we were kids. They now say as adults, right? They're like, oh, you watch too much TV, it'll rot your mind, or you can't learn anything from television. But that's not true. You can learn a lot from television. For instance, without television, I would have no idea that Steven Seagal is out of his fucking mind. Or alive. I also didn't know that. He has a show. It's not a scripted show. It follows around the real Steven Seagal, and every episode begins with him looking in the camera and saying, I don't know if you knew this or not, but for the last 20 years, I've been a cop. And you're like, what did you just say? I thought you've been making shitty movies for the last 20 years. What are you talking about? You watch the show, he has the most unlikable quality in a human being, which is that he is an expert in everything. Literally. if
Okay,
a
so that's in the
dog
middle.
walks by,
That's
the
not.
shit
This is my
survives
problem
an
right
hour,
here.
it's right there.
So fucked me.
And they're like, how do you know that? He's like, I've been working with dogs for like 35 years. Then a helicopter flies by. He's like, that's HB 106. And they're like, how do you know that? He's like, I've been flying helicopters for like 47 years. Then he does the thing, though, that everybody does who knows something about everything. Everybody has a friend, no matter what you're doing. They know the history of it all. They know every topic, every fucking fact. If you're eating dinner, they're like, forks are from the Roman times, and they would sculpt them out of bark. And you're like, shut the fuck up and let me finish this, please. Seagal will do that too, but you know he's making it up. They were like, they also call that helicopter a skippy. And they're like, why? He goes, listen to it. Skip. That's bullshit. You made that shit up. No, seriously. It just blows my mind. Really does. That everybody in this room, everybody has this real world possibility in their lives. All of us. We could go
Dude.
Tonight, if we wanted to, tonight, you could go to Louisiana, you could start a fight in a bar, and there is a real world possibility that Steven Seagal will arrest you. Isn't that insane to you?
Okay.
I've lost sleep over this shit. I mean, that's crazy. That's literally like if you
Okay, so
leave
now we
here
do it,
and you
and then you
roll through a stop sign, and then Sylvester Stallone is like, "Hey, roll it down," and you're like, "Get the fuck out of here! You work here?" He's like, "It's my passion." Yeah. Will you say Adrian or something? Nah. It's nuts. You have to watch this show. He panders to every group according to race, knowing full well there's a camera crew following him around. He doesn't give a shit. If you're white, he's like, "How's it going? All right." And then to black people, he's like, "What's up, cuz?" And they're like, "Hey, what's up? I'm holding you down, so holla if you need something." Okay. And then to all Latino, Spanish-speaking people, he insists on speaking horrifically broken Spanish, even if they start the conversation in English. So they're like, "Hey, yeah, I called 911. Thank you for coming." The thing is, he's like, "Hola." Mucho queso. I think my English is way better than your Spanish, man. He's like, "No, gracias." And then to all Asian people, he bows, regardless of where he meets them. If you're Asian and you cross Steven Seagal's path, he's like, "Yeah." And you sit there and go, "Hey, I was born here, you dick. Like, you don't have to do that." And he's like, "Sorry, I've been doing martial arts for like 85 years."
Oh my god. How much steel is there?
He trains other cops in hand-to-hand combat. I think that's infuriating. For those cops. It's not like we're hanging out. We're like, "Hey man, do you want to do like a couple shots and then go down the street?" Steven Seagal is teaching people how to throw punches, and we're like, "Okay." No, it's you're a cop and you show up at work and they're like, "We're gonna go over hand-to-hand combat today, so you can protect yourself if you're in a really dangerous situation." You're like, "Oh, cool. Who'd you bring in to teach us? Like some Navy SEALs or Green Berets?" And they go, "No, we brought in Steven Seagal." You're like, "Are we shooting a fucking movie this week or something?" Okay, I'll pass because that's ridiculous. I don't want to be a part of that. That's literally like if you're like at NASA and they're like, "All right, future astronauts, we're gonna go over space exploration, and to get us started, why don't you welcome Captain Kirk? Come on out, man." And you're like, "Is he qualified to do this?" And they're like, "Oh, you've seen him do all that shit. Yeah, he knows what he's talking about, man. He's been up there." They show him teaching people how to fight. It's horrible. He's bloated now. He doesn't have the same range of motion. He's like, "Everybody line up." If somebody throws a punch, you can block it like that. And then you can kick him in the throat like that. Are you kicking a child in the throat right now? Some people's throats are down there. It's like Havarti, cheese the most. What's your favorite? I'm sorry that I'm fat.
Okay.
I just realized how winded I got from just doing those little motions. Jesus. It's ridiculous. Sometimes I just look in the mirror and I'm like, fuck. I lie to myself all the time. I cheat. Like, I'll look in the mirror and I'm like, yeah, that's what you look like. It's all these little things you don't think about. You just do it automatic. Here's why I really had to call myself out. I was getting into a shower in a hotel, and it was one of these hotel bathrooms. There's mirrors everywhere. And as I was stepping in the shower, I looked and I was like, "Oh my god! Like, look at you! I can't believe somebody let you fuck them. This is crazy." I always like it when I eat myself out of breath. I feel like that's a good boost to my day. You know, I'm eating and then I go, ugh. probably eat another fat person, right? Like if you're fat and you see another fat guy, you're like, that guy looks delicious. Super fat.
Okay, so I'll do 7, 7.5,
I
and
didn't do
2.5. And I'll do.
I did, however, go out to eat. Went out to breakfast, had a croissant. Everybody knows what a croissant is, right? It's a flaky thing. I ate one, and one is enough. And then I left this
What
place,
is up with my
walked down the
guys?
street, and I saw a bakery, and I was like, I wonder what their croissants taste like. So I entered a second venue to shovel bread into his stupid fat mouth. And the big payoff is that when I was done, I got to go, oh no, the first place has better croissants.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, Tommy.
I had
Yes, let's see
catastrophic
what that
diarrhea
is.
this morning.
12 and 4.
And I
Oh,
just
that's
found
just slightly.
out that not everybody does. Here's how I found out. We moved. My wife and I moved to a new place. A new place.
4.5.
living room couch
What?
is closer to that bathroom than it was in the old place. The second day we're there, I go in there to do my thing. When I walk out, my wife is no longer sitting on the couch. She's now standing holding car keys. And she goes, do you need to go to the hospital?
What?
I go, for what? She goes, for what just happened in there? I go, what just happened in there? She goes, is that normal for you? And I was like, I don't even remember what happened, so I guess so. She goes, Jesus, how often do you shit like that? And I was like, every day. She goes, oh my God, is there blood in there?
Maybe.
There could be. I don't know. I just go, "Pop," and I hit flush.
Ah!
You don't look at it? And I go, where am I supposed to look? It's everywhere. You want me to look at each individual piece? No. I paint the bowl and then I wash it away. That's how I found out at 34 years old that not everybody has diarrhea every day. I feel like, wives have to get in one last jab. Because, first of all, this wasn't even an argument. This was a conversation. And she won the conversation, okay? She did. I felt horrible about my digestive system. You win. Settled. I'm sulking on the couch. She's going to leave this day, right? And she stops at the door. She's leaving the house and she goes, you know you're probably going to die. And I was like, cool, babe, have a good day. I'll see you when you get home. Then I started thinking about it. I'm like, maybe I am going to die. I went to the doctor that day. And I'm going to be completely honest with you. I went to the doctor, and I was like, all right, I'm just going to get a checkup, see what's going on. The honest truth is, I knew it wasn't going to be awesome, okay? I knew the doctor wasn't going to be like, you might be surprised to hear this, but you're perfect. Like, you're a perfect physical specimen, man. I knew that wasn't going to happen, but I didn't expect him to be a dick. Usually they're not. I feel like in my experience, doctors are polite, almost overly polite, where it's phony and condescending. And they go, oh, really interesting story you got there. Doctors do that because you're telling them a story, and doctors don't want to hear a story. Doctors want to hear, this hurts. Not, I was over at my friend Charlie's house, and we went to move the ottoman, and I mean, you can use it as a coffee table, or you could use it as an ottoman, it's up to you. And your doctor's like, I want to blow my fucking brains out right now. I sit there, I sit on the exam table, which is my least favorite table to sit on in the world. It's the only table that in 30 years I've sat on where my feet don't touch the ground. So I feel like a fucking toddler waiting like... My doctor comes in, he doesn't say hello, he doesn't say good morning. He just walks in, he points at me, which is super aggressive, you know? To start a conversation with somebody like, hey man, you're like, hey, what's up, man? And he goes, do you want something for your hair? What? And he goes, do you want something for your hair? And I go, I don't get it. And he goes, has nobody told you that your hair's falling out? And I was like, damn. No. And he goes, oh, sorry. All right. Then he pulls my chart out of the slot, super dramatic, so that it makes a fucking noise. He goes, and he goes, wow. I'm like, really? Wow. Is it full-blown AIDS? Like, why is it wow? And he goes, you weigh 245. And I go, like, yeah, I knew that shit. And he goes, you weighed 230 last time you were here. Not exactly what I would call weight loss. I'm like, are we at a fucking roast or something? Right? Like, what are you doing? Then he says, you know, you're the fattest patient I've seen all day. And I go, it's 9:30 in the morning. And he goes, still. He's like, you know, we ran your blood work. It turns out your muscle enzymes are through the roof.
Oh.
And I go, yeah, man, like,
I'm
super
fucking
strong.
awesome.
How's that a problem? And he goes, they're off the charts. I'm like, even better. I'm probably your strongest patient, man. And he goes, I don't think you understand muscle enzymes. And I go, that's true. I don't know what they are. And he goes, well, the only way you could have them this high would be like, A, if you were an Olympic athlete, which clearly, you know, I'm like, what is the deal, man? And he goes, the other way would be if you were a cocaine addict. And I go, I don't do coke. And he goes, I'm your doctor. You don't have to lie to me. And I go, I'm not lying. And he goes, I can't treat you if you're not going to be honest. And I go, hey, man, that's skinny. Isn't that like part of the deal? And he goes, usually, yeah. The nurse comes in. She takes my chart out of his hands and she goes, oh my God. His muscle enzymes are so high. Maybe he runs marathons. And my doctor goes, look at him. So at this point, I go, this was a lot of fun. Thank you for having me today. I'm going to leave now. And he goes, all right. And he goes, oh, wait a second. Do you have a ring on your finger? And I go, yeah. He goes,
You're married. Yeah.
And I go, to a guy?
Dear God.
And I go, no. He goes, no. I thought you were gay. I go, why? And he goes, oh.
You just seem gay.
I'm like, all right, dude. And he goes, hey, I'm just kidding. And I go, that's fine. He goes, but check it out. And he takes my chart and he shows it to me. And he had written gay question mark on my medical chart. The thing that gets sent to other doctors has his inside, maybe he sucks cock joke written on it. I went home and my wife was like, oh my God, what are you going to do? I was like, what do you mean?
Guy's awesome.
Are you ever going to go back there? I'm like, are you out of your mind? That's the funniest fucking doctor in the world. Of course I'm going back there. I have like Don Rickles as my primary care physician. It's amazing. I'm faking injuries to go back to this guy. You know, you're a piece of shit, man. It's amazing. Oh, God. I do think about death. I just want it to be justified. You know, like if I die, kind of, you know, maybe I have like Serena Williams sitting on my face and I don't know. Venus is polishing me off and trying to fit a racket in my ass or something like that. Then my wife comes in, boom, I'm like, fucking God. It's fun that way. I don't want it to be a dumb death. I feel like there's dumb deaths that they kind of subtly mock, like on the news. They do. They'll be like in local news. They'll be like, and then also coming up, a guy was trying to get a soda out of a vending machine, and then it fell on him, and they're like, and you're like, because that could happen to you. It could be like, you know, like I would go to a fucking mall, and then I fall down the stairs, and then they send the news crew, and they're like, what happened? They interview the dumbest fucking guy, and he's like, I seen him fall, and then he don't move no more. And you're like, that's my eulogy? Thanks a lot, man. I feel like I was gonna die.
That's funny.
Called a car service, take me to the airport. You know, when you're like, I got $60. sir? I go, you don't have to call me sir. You can just call me Tom. And at that moment, all of his professionalism went out the window. The very next thing he said was, you smoke weed? I was like, I mean, yeah, sometimes. He goes, do you want to smoke some now?
Nope.
I was like, I mean, yeah. But I don't think my driver should be offering me, you know? He doesn't miss a beat. He opens the console, he takes out a joint, he lights it, he passes it back. I hit it out of respect, right? Because he's old. Then I give it back to him. The next thing he says is, yeah, I can't drive unless I'm fucked up. I'm like, you hear what you just said? And he goes, yeah, I'm ripped right now. And I'm like, well, hands on 10 and 2, motherfucker. Like, keep it together. He goes, is that all you do? Smoke weed? I can handle a guy that smokes weed. He goes, well, I love it all. I'm like, what's all? That's a broad statement. Because I love coke, I love heroin, but there's nothing like smoking rocks. You know what I'm saying? I was like, no, I don't know what you're saying. Mind you, this is while he's driving, so it's actually like, I love smoking rocks, man. You know? I'm like, dude, turn around. I go, can I ask you something? He goes, yeah, what's up? I go, what's it like to smoke rocks? I've never done that before. And he goes, I was like, is that the whole sentence? Is that it? That shit is the best. What I like to do personally is I like to sit in my apartment and fire them up. And then I look out the peephole and I watch people walk around. And I just freak the fuck out about what's gonna happen next. And then he gave me a head nod like, doesn't that sound awesome? I was like, dude, that sounds terrible. It's called a panic attack, and that's a horrible sales pitch for crack. I'm definitely not gonna try it. We pull up to the airport, and I goes, none of my business, but I think you're too old to be messing with all these drugs. He goes, I don't do it anymore, Tom. Yeah, it was sir at the top of the ride. Now it's Tom, you piece of shit. I don't do it anymore. I did it when I was younger. I go, all right. He goes, I mean, I still do it every once in a while. But you know what they say. If you do something every once in a while, it's not that bad for you. And I was like, dude, I think they mean that about like pizza and chocolate. Nobody ever means that for crack, just so you know. What are you doing? I'm smoking rocks. Well, not every day. Right? You crazy kid.
Oh, shit.
Weed's not a big deal, though. I don't know what the fuck people make a big deal out of weed. You know? You see a change. I mean, states have it legalized. I don't know why the perception I find from other people about California, they think we're like the wild fucking oh, you live in LA, you guys smoke joints and tell the cops to suck your dick, right? And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly right, yeah. You should do that too when you come out. LAPD's super into that. You take your joint, flick it at them, suck my dick, man. They'll laugh and high five. It's so different. I mean, first of all right, let's be clear. If you get a medical card, one of the things that people don't know, they have expiration dates on them. And you have to renew your card all the time. And it's not what you think. It's not exactly the easiest thing. You have to get in your car, you have to drive down to a place. That's it. That's all you gotta do is get down there. Takes like 5 minutes. But my card expired 3 years ago. I still haven't renewed it. I tried to go to a dispensary a few weeks ago, and there's 2 rooms. There's the room they check you out in, they check your stuff, and then there's the main room with all the goodies, right? And the guy took my card, and he goes, dude, I can't let you in. Your card expired 3 years ago. And I was like, come on, man. And he was like, all right. I was like, wow, I'm a really good negotiator, huh? Well, once you put it like that, yeah. Getting that medical card was surreal. My experience was surreal. I went to a doctor's office, and it's not Dr. Dickhead that I was telling you about. This is a different doctor. He's a doctor because he got a business card, and he put DR period on it. office was such a piece of shit that you could hear the conversation going on between the doctor and the patient ahead of you, which is never supposed to happen. So as I'm waiting for my turn to go in, I hear the doctor go, "Oh, what is your medical need for marijuana?" And the guy in there goes, "Oh, I have a bone disease." And I was like, "Oh shit, I don't have a bone disease." I thought you could just be like, "Weed's awesome," and you'd be like, "Yeah, I fucking know, man." Like, so I start to panic and turn, like, what am I gonna say? And in my mind, I just go to the worst shit. Like in my mind, I'm like, "Just say you have AIDS. Like, just tell me you have AIDS." And he'll be like, "When you find out?" Like, "I just found out like 5 minutes ago." "You don't seem that bummed out." "Well, I'm just happy to be here, so let's wrap this shit up, man." For some reason, I picture him asking me to prove it, which they would never be like, "Prove it." And you're like, "Oh, I left my AIDS card at home. I don't have it on me." Then I go, "That's way too dramatic. Just dial it back." I'm like, I'll just say I have cancer. That's much more believable. And then I start thinking of all my family members that have died of cancer. I'm like, man, I say I have cancer just to get weed. I am getting cancer next fucking week. By the time I have that thought, I'm sitting in front of the doctor. He's like, "What?" He goes, "What is your medical need for marijuana?" And the best I can come up with on the spot is, "My eyes hurt." And he goes, "You have vision problems?" And I go, "Oh yeah." And he goes, "You don't wear glasses?" And I go, "Can't. Hurts." Hurts. Ow, ow. He writes me a prescription. I go to leave. As I leave, I see the guy who's going in next. And I don't know why I think it's going to be funny to listen. Because I think he's not going to get it. And I'll tell you why. I completely judge the guy. Because the guy's your typical LA Cholo Mexican gangbanger. Okay? It's a very specific look. You've seen movies. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. Khaki Dickies with an oversized white t-shirt, Chuck Taylors, an LA hat, and also an LA tat in like this general area here. It's like, "Oh, if I lose my hat, I still have my favorite team right fucking here." So I listen to the door. I'm like, "Ha."
Simple.
I hear the doctor go, "What is your medical need for marijuana?" And the guy goes, "I just really like the way that weed makes me feel." And then the doctor wrote him a prescription. Yeah, you don't have to lie. You can just be like, "Weed's awesome." And he's like, "Yeah, I fucking know." I feel sorry for all the people with diseases that keep coming in here, man. The last dude's eyes didn't even work. It was sad. You're lucky
Okay,
you have
so
your
if we
health,
do
I
this.
say. Orale. I'm always trying to set goals. My latest goal, I'm trying to be less polite. You know? Because the world is not as polite as you're raised to believe it's going to be, you know? I don't understand why we accept that when you say thank you, people don't have to say you're welcome anymore. People have stopped. Now you say thank you and people give you a nod. I want to stab you in the fucking ears if you do that shit to me. I do, I go, "Thank you." And I go, did you not just hear what I just said to you, man?" And you get like a follow-up nod. So now I skip it all. I just take shit and I go. I find rudeness everywhere. I think the rudest person in the world is a person that waits outside of a grocery store with a petition for you to sign. What a fucking asshole. They do that, and you know why that's a shitty thing to do? They're systematically trying to ruin your happiness. Because you're leaving the grocery store, and you're feeling what? You're feeling happy. You're like, "Oh, I got soy milk. It's gonna be a good week. All right." Like, and then they stop me and be like, "Sir, can you look at this?" I'm like, "Look at what?" They're like, "Do you want children to starve and die on the streets?" And I'm like, "Now I do. Now that you just ruined my day, I do. Yeah. I want you to die first, and then I want all of them to die." I say the opposite of whatever they're trying to fucking get me to sign. Like, "This is to teach blind people how to do Shakespeare." I'm like, I hope they all go deaf first. And they're like, "Jesus." I'm like, "Yeah, that's fucking right. You're the asshole, not me." "This is to end the war in Afghanistan." I go, "I fucking love the war in Afghanistan. It's my favorite war. I hope it goes on for 1,000 years." And they're like, "You're crazy." I'm like, "That's right. I'm crazy. Remember my face and never ask me to sign shit again." I can't get over rude people. I was in the hotel a few weeks ago. I go down to the hotel gym, get on the treadmill. I run, I don't know, 70 miles, right? 170 miles, thank you, 170 miles. But I'm alone. There's nobody in there. I'm sweating, I'm hyperventilating. Then out of nowhere, I just hear, getting it in? And I go, Jesus Christ! What? This guy goes, you getting it in? I go, getting what in? You getting a workout in? Doesn't it fucking look like it? He goes, yeah, you just gotta keep doing it. And I go, okay. He goes, no, I used to be like you. What? He goes, I used to be like you. You just gotta keep eating right, keep doing it, and you'll get there. And I was like, dude, I'm disabled. He was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Let me point something out. It's okay for me to make jokes about disabled people and people with horrible diseases because they make me uncomfortable and I don't want to be like them. Maybe that makes me a bad person, but I'm an honest person, and I'm telling you, that shit is terrifying. I don't want to be like them. Here's another bit of information. I also don't want to look at them. I don't. I refuse to watch the Michael J. Fox show because I don't want to see shaky face not stand still for one frame. I can't eat soup. It's depressing, okay? Trying to pawn this thing off as a comedy? Get the fuck out of here. You're bumming everybody out. How many Parkinson's jokes am I supposed to applaud with this thing? I won't watch the show. I've seen a commercial. I will not watch that show. You know why? A version of it plays in my head, and it is fucking awful. And I think it's probably accurate. I really do. I bet you that show is nothing but setups for that shit. I bet it's just like, here's in the next episode, he goes, Dad, can you help me hammer in this nail? And he goes, you know they don't trust me with those. And then you get to go at home, I get it, he's got fucking Parkinson. You don't think that's been fucking pitched in the writer's room? It's pasta night. Dad, can I get some Parmesan? That's one thing I can do forever. I'm good. I said I'm good. You don't think the episode idea has been talked about where he goes to work and his coworker gets to say, I gotta get my wife a vibrator. That's one thing my wife doesn't need. And then you get to go, I get it. He's got fucking Parkinson. I don't want to see that shit. I'm sitting at home. I'm trying to have fucking dinner. I'm sitting on my couch. We have a table, but I'm an adult and I can sit wherever I want. So I'm sitting on the couch, about to have dinner, and this fucking two girls who has two heads on one body comes on, their heads face each other. Their heads are like, And they look like they're gonna grunt. They look like they're gonna go, like that, but they don't. This comes on TV. There's no warning on the screen like, hey, in a second, you might shit yourself. Put down whatever you're holding. Seriously. I'm sitting there about to eat chicken paprikash, and it's hot. And I go, and then I look up and I go, ah! 10 seconds later, I'm wiping the back of my legs. Now, I'll be honest. When she first appeared on screen, I was like, hey, lady, you've got something on your shoulder. No, you've got something on your shoulder. But then I realized, Tommy, why are you so upset? You love monsters. Now, here's what's upsetting about this show. Air a fucking freak show, which is what that is. Do you mind? Could you please include the freaky shit? That's why we're watching. You watch this show, the two girls with fucking one body, two heads, blah, blah, blah. They're like, what? Yeah, here's what she likes to do. She likes to get fucking her nails done. What's the problem? You're like, she has two fucking heads that face each other.
Nerd.
Why are you cutting out scenes that I know exist? There's gotta be days where one of them's like, I feel like going out tonight. I I feel like staying home. Well, I control the legs. We're fucking going. Where's that? What about people that one of them loves and one of them hates? That has to happen. They have separate minds. We're going to Tony's house. I fucking hate Tony. Well, I'm gonna blow him, so you better get ready for ball duty. I can feel your judgment. I reject your judgment completely.
Smart.
First of all, everybody loves blowjobs. Secondly, I'm not making this shit up. If your Siamese twin sister is doling out BJs, you're along for the ride. You don't have to participate, but you're at least there, I don't know, giving notes, I guess. You have horrible technique. I can see your teeth.
Jesus, Tommy.
Why is it so dry? All right, we'll move it along. I get it. Not everybody's on board
What's
with
up?
double-headed BJs.
What
Will you
is
at
up?
least admit to me, and more importantly
Oh,
to
Tommy,
yourself,
I need to
that you
run
would
if I'm
love
gonna
to
run.
see the girl with two heads take a shit?
It's gonna be fucking cold.
Just to see if the faces match up, right? Just to see if
Easy with that run.
one of them's like, oh, the other one's like, hey, take it easy, it's my ass too, you know. Come on.
Jesus, dude. Give it up, Tommy. Fucking jokes are not landing, bro.
I really wish that each and every one of you could see my internet search history, because I think you would all say the same thing. I think you would all be like, this is one sick, twisted, deviant pervert who also loves current events. My history is literally a back and forth volley of like big sloppy tits smacked back and forth by 13 cocks.
God.
What's going on in Syria?
I can't
I feel
get into
badly
it,
about
Tommy.
watching so much of it too.
Fuck,
You know why?
it's not gonna
It's
easily.
lazy. I know watching that much porn is lazy.
What's up,
Gets in the
dog?
way of other things I
Does that
want to
mean
do.
you want to go?
Like
Dog.
learn another language. I'd love to learn another language. There's too much porn to watch.
So if we do this, that'll work.
Why not combine the two? Right? Have you seen these language videos? They are boring. The man is sitting down. Gangbang? Super exciting. Here's what I propose. You download this series, and then tutorial number 1 begins to play. All right, here's what happens. An elevator door opens. A woman is giving a guy a blowjob, all right? Like an aggressive blowjob. Not one of these like, no. I mean, where you're like,
Giz, you wanna go run?
Jesus Christ! Is
Oh,
the
it's about
answer in
time,
there?
dude.
Is that why she's doing
It's
that?
about time.
And she has tears running down her face and slobber all over herself. And she goes, which way is the subway? ¿A dónde queda el metro? Now it's sinking in.
Gosh,
Some of you didn't
Tommy.
like that one, I can tell by your faces. Maybe that's
Bro.
because you're more advanced and you're ready for tutorial number 2. In this
Don't
one,
do it, dog.
a
Don't
man is
squeak.
chained to a wall. His arms and his legs are chained, and he's completely naked. And you're like, whoa, what's going on here? And then a few seconds later, a woman enters frame, and she's wearing, I don't know, a 15-inch strap-on.
Jesus,
She
dude.
doesn't say hello or tap him on the shoulder. No warning, just bow. And you're like, holy shit! And she just goes to hammer time. She's like, bow, bow, bow. And you're like, what the fuck? And then, after like the 10th stroke, she goes, the salad is too spicy. La ensalada pica mucho.
It's fine. I mean, you can
You're
move
like,
it
"I'm
back if
learning
you want to, but it
Spanish."
doesn't have to move right now.
Can somebody pass me a Kleenex? I'm married. You like that segue? I like being married. I do. You see a lot of comics, you go to shows, and they'll be like, I love getting out of the house just so I can get away from that bitch. And you're like, wow, sounds like you married a real fucking asshole, man. That's awesome. I like it. You know the best part of being married is you get to stop pretending. And that's what fucking dating is. It's an act. You're on Broadway. For however long you're dating, you're doing an act. And it looks exhausting. This way, if you're dating, you've ever been out in public and married people look at you like this, and you're like, what the fuck are they looking at? They're tired for you. It is. It's an act, and it's exhausting. You see it all. Dating is a guy going, just so you know, I'm this guy. And the girl's like, well, just so you know, I am this girl. And then you get married, and you're like, so can we knock this shit off? And she goes, I hope so, because I got to fart pretty bad. I've actually had to fart for like 4 years. Let that fart out. Sexually liberating to get married. It is. It really is, especially for men, because here's what happens. When you start dating somebody, you know your first thing is like, all right, you see the girl and you're like, I want to get in there. That would be, or however you phrase it in your head. All right. Right? And then you go on a few dates, and as you get closer to the act, the magical act happening, a lot of times a woman will ask a guy, she'll be like, oh, so like, what are you into? What do you like? And this is when a man's brain goes, don't scare her. You could fuck this up for us. So we lie to you. We're like, oh, I like to hold hands, and I like if you go on my neck, that's cool. Then you get married, and you're like, I want you to yank on my ball bag like you're stuck at sea, and this is the only motor that's going to take you home.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
A lot of girlfriends can't handle that shit. Girlfriends will be like, oh, what? But a wife will go, that it? And you're like, oh yeah, I get you for like 50 years. She's like, yeah, I'll spit butter in your ass. What do you want, man? Or whatever, margarine, I don't know, whatever you're into is fine.
Go it out, Ryder.
You find the longer you're with somebody, you're like, everybody has something. Everybody has something weird and kinky and different. Everybody, and you suppress it, and you go like, oh my God, if anybody knew, oh my God, I would fucking die if somebody. Everybody has something. And you're like, no, not everybody. What about Jim? He wears a blazer. Jim too. Jim likes to be hit in the nuts with a wrench, okay? Jim's out of his fucking mind. I tour the country. I ask people all the time. I hear shit, you cannot make this. I was at a show. I asked people in the audience, like, what's your fucking craziest thing? And a lady in the front row, she goes, I have one. And I go, what is it? And she goes, oh, never mind. What is it? She goes, all right. I like to think of different scenarios in which to kill my husband. And I was like, damn. And he was sitting right there, and he was like, that's what's up. That's what she likes. I was like, really? She was like, oh yeah. I go, I'm super horny. I had the best dream. You were floating in the pool, and then I threw a cement block at your head. And she goes, that would be a great one. Same show, I swear, a lady goes, I have one. And I go, what is it? She goes, I like to sit on my husband's face. And I go, that's not that unique. You can't really claim that that's your weird thing. And she goes, yeah, but I only like to feel his eyelashes against my butt cheeks. And I was like, what?
What?
And she goes, mm-hmm. I was like, I didn't even know that was the thing. And she's like, oh yeah, like where the fuck have you been? And I'm like, what if he like, sneaks a lick, like that? And she goes, I go, no! I just want to feel squink, squink, squink.
No.
So stop feeling weird and sit on people's faces. That's what I want you to live here with. Guys, we've covered a lot of stuff tonight.
Yeah, we have.
We really have. Some of you might, not think highly of me. I don't know. Some of you might be like, this guy's fucking stupid. Some of you might think I'm offensive. Some of you might think I'm will tell you this. I believe in humanity. I do. I believe we're all here together. I believe there's no such thing as coincidence. And I think I can tell you the story that will also make you believe this. All right? A few years ago, I was in Washington, D.C., and I was sharing a cab with a woman I didn't know. Never met her before in my life. Split in the cab. Midway through the ride, as I'm looking out my window, I hear the woman go, "Hey." And I thought she was going to be like, "Hey, like, you want to fuck or something?" And I was like, "I can't. I'm married, so make it quick, all right?" I look over, I'm like, "What is it?" She goes, "Is this yours?" And she's holding a wallet. And I go, "No, it's not mine." She goes, "Oh, it must be the previous rider's wallet. I'll just give it to the driver." And I go, "Don't do that. Look at him. He looks like a cab driver. He probably smokes crack every once in a while. You can't trust these guys." I go, "Give it to me. I'll get it back to the rightful owner." She goes, "Really?" I go, "Yeah." She gives me the wallet. Now I feel obligated to find the owner. But here's the honest to God truth. I really want to. I've always dreamed about finding a wallet. I don't know why. I dreamed I would find a wallet. It would have $1,000 in it. I would get it back to the right owner. It would turn out to be like Will Smith. And then he'd be like, "Do you want a helicopter?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." And I'd be like, "I got family in Denver. Do you like furniture?" So I open this wallet. It has $2, a grocery store rewards card, and a community college ID. So I have found not Will Smith's wallet. But I still try to do the right thing. I call the grocery store, I explain the situation, and I go, "Can you help me out?" And they go, "No. We're a grocery store. We don't track people down. Eggs are on sale. Go fuck yourself." And I was like, "Cool, thank you for your help." Then I call the community college, and I speak to literally every department in the community college for 4.5 hours. Before I finally get a contact number, I call the number, and a man answers the phone who I can only imagine has never used the phone before. Because he actually answers the phone with a noise. So just to break this shit down, I don't know if you've ever used the phone before, but usually when you call someone and they pick it up, they say, "Hello?" That's fucking it. That's what people say when they answer the phone. Maybe if they're in a bad mood, what? Those are the two options. This man answers the phone, picks it up, and he goes, And I go, "Hello?" And he goes, And I go, "I'm going to talk, and then you talk." And he goes, "Yeah." Like, it was the first time someone explained to him how fucking phone calls work. Up until that point, he was just like, "They make a noise, I'm going to make a noise too." So I go, "Hey, I found this wallet. I was given your number. I'm trying to return the wallet." He says, "It's probably my son's wallet. He's always losing shit because he's a piece of shit." That's the first thing. I don't even know how to respond. I'm like, I go, "Can I give him his shit back?" He goes, "He's a real asshole." And I go, "We're talking about your son right now?" He goes, "Yeah, I don't think he's going to amount to anything." I go, "Jesus Christ." I go, "Maybe he will amount to something if he gets his wallet back." He goes, Yeah, I'll let him know you called." And then he hangs up the phone without taking my information. So his plan is to go to his son and be like, "Some guy found your wallet." "Yeah, I don't fucking know." And he's like, "Walk away." So I'm super frustrated. I try to do the right thing, right? I forget about the wallet. A year goes by. A calendar year. I go back to D.C. I go in town. I call a friend. We go to a restaurant, just a random restaurant. We sit down, and the waiter comes up to take our order, and I go, "Justin?" And he goes, "How do you know my name?" And I go, "Dude, I have your wallet." And he goes, "Oh, do you have it on you?" I go, "No, I don't fucking walk around with your wallet." I don't go, "I got my wallet and I got Justin's wallet. Now I'm ready to go out." "No, you fucking psycho." And he goes, "Do you want to hear about today's specials?" And I go, "Do you want to acknowledge that this is an amazing moment in both of our lives?" And he goes, "What do you mean?" "What do I mean?" I found your wallet in a cab in D.C. a year ago. I don't know how many cabs are here, but I think it's a lot. I got told no 100 times by 100 people trying to find my hotel room. Used to look like an episode of NCIS. There was pins and charts connecting shit to each other. I spoke to your father, who's not a fan. I don't know if you know that or not. I come to a restaurant at random. I get seated in your section, and I recognize you from your ID that's burned into my memory. You don't think that's fucking amazing? And he goes, we have a prime rib special. We also have a penne pasta. I can't eat. I'm like, what the fuck? He comes by, I go, look, I don't want to make a big thing here, but I do remember that I have your wallet in my bag in my hotel room. If you want to come by, I will give you your wallet. And he goes, okay. I go back to the hotel. I hear a knock at the door, and now I'm expecting him to lose his shit. I think the situation merits freaking the fuck out. I think he was playing it cool, and now he's going to be like, I didn't want to say this earlier. We should open a surf shop in Maui together. You know, or like, this is my newborn son. I want you to have him. Like that shit. So I hear a knock at the door. I open the door. I'm like, hey. He goes, hey, you got my wallet? And I go, yeah. And I give it to him, and he goes, cool. And he turns around, and he walks away. No. This is not cool. So I open the door. I see him about to get on the elevator. I go, hey, Justin! Yeah. And I go, your dad's right. You're a fucking asshole. And you're never going to amount to anything. And I shut the fucking door. You fucked up, Justin. You could have been here, man. Thank you, guys. You were amazing. Have a great night. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Alright, that is my cue. Okay. That's my cue. Close. So that actually just needs to come over. Dude, stop. Hop all the way down here, and then this has to come over. It's supposed to go over. Fucked up, Justin. No, I care. one's doing everything. Okay. Booyah. Alright. So that should... Why is this not going yet? What do we got here? I wish the right click, like... wish I could set it to a reasonable number. So I don't have to go change each one of them. Like 750, yeah, it seems reasonable. Of course it'd be 750. How about 50 of each? Alright, so there. To there. These bots get overloaded so fast they don't overdo it. Okay, so it's all set. Sweet. Power. Power is still doing great. You know, there's probably not built around here in case they need to double it. Okay. Alright, I think this is going. No. What? That ain't running. Why is that not going? This is full because our medium is fuck. Fucker. Okay, so oddly enough, this being right here might be our lucky saving star. I think we lucked out, so we can launch this. Okay, so that will start getting rid of that shit. But in actuality, what I want to do, if this is a hack, what I want to do is have it jump up. And one. Oh gosh. Itchy foot. Itchy foot, itchy foot, itchy foot, itchy foot, itchy foot. Oh. It's gonna wreck everything. I don't think it moves stores. Store would probably work though. Let's see how much it would take. I do have enough to build one of those. guess, because I probably could use it, but I don't need a ton of motors. Trains. Yeah, all these trains. Okay, actually. Okay, I think this is where I'm gonna stop all this shit. Let's see, so this now. That's not gonna freeze. Get pumps, you have some motors. V8 motor. Okay. Let's construct our first train. Yeah, there's no way to get around it, is there? No way to get around it. There's nothing going on in here, man. Like, I don't mind getting up and down, or I do mind getting up and down. Like I said, nothing up. Nothing going on. Alright. I don't like those as much. That's fun as fuck. Fuck yeah, that's awesome. Actually, I don't want that. It's like, fucking not. It's like, that's fun, but that's a terrible design.